Hi Aries, this is Becky and we're back for the solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse reading for you. This eclipse will be happening at 27 degrees of Aquarius, and for you Aries, this eclipse is going to be hitting your 11th house of the solar chart. If we look at the solar chart for Aries, we find that the 11th house, which is being triggered by this eclipse on February 15 in the late afternoon, well, in the northern hemisphere, in the US and Canada and Mexico. If you're living in other parts of the world, check your time zone to see. I believe Eastern time, it's about 4 p.m. Eastern time. And so we'll have to adjust that all across the globe, wherever you're at. But this particular eclipse is going to be, let me see here, hitting in that 11th house. Now the 11th house is the house that is relating to the groups you belong to, your friends, any kind of social causes you might be involved in, society at large, things like that. And it will be pinging across the sky back into that 5th house, in the same house that was triggered last month on January 31st with that eclipse, lunar eclipse in Leo. So this is an interesting kind of dynamic setup, because this time it's hitting your 11th. Last time it was in the 5th, directly opposite each other on the zodiac wheel. So you may find that friends are about to become lovers, or lovers are about to become friends, or some sort of interplay like that. So let's take a look and see what we can find out to help you navigate this energy. Now, I want to let you know, Aries, that this energy is going to be in play for at least 3 to 6 months, and maybe even up to 12. And what's interesting is that the eclipse from January 31st is still in play as well. So we've kind of got huge energy, and then we've just piled on another huge energy. These eclipses are serving to just catapult all of us into the next phase of our journey here. So here we go. I've already created the sacred space, and we are going to use 3 decks. This first deck is the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. Then we'll be using the Oracle Angel, Oracle Angels, the Romance Angels Oracle cards. And then we'll be crowning the reading also with a card from Messages from Your Angels. Now, I don't have a candle going this time around because on February 4, the feng shui in the ancient Chinese tradition changed, and so in order to create harmonious energies in the household or the office environment, whatever it is, then we have to adjust certain feng shui cures and enhancers in our homes and places of business in order to make sure those energies still remain harmonious. And because I'm sitting in the north sector, we should not be lighting candles or burning fireplaces in the north sector of your home or work environment. If you would like to know the north sector of the home, or even if you're just in a room, so to speak, you can do it just for one room as well. You stand in the middle of your home, the very center point of the home or the center point of the room, and you use your compass and you find the north sector. And remember, no candles, no fireplaces burning in that part of the house up until February 4th of 2019, when the energies shift again. Okay, here we go. Angels, we're here with Aries. They've been very patient and they've waited to the end. They're usually first, and now they're last but not least. And so we want to know, angels, what is the energy that will be in play for them as this eclipse dawns on the 15th of February and going forward, the overall energy for for Aries. Okay, angels, now can you tell us please what will pop up for them that they may have to deal with as a result of this eclipse? What may pop up for Aries February 15 and as we go forward from there? Okay, good. And angels, how best should Aries navigate whatever's popping up for them? What advice can you give them to help them navigate that, whatever it is? Help them navigate. Okay. We'll take that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn these over. Okay. Wow, this is interesting. Let me take a look, Aries. Okay. Okay. Now, since we're talking about the 11th house, Aries, the house of friends, groups you belong to, society at large, things like that, and then pinging across the sky to your house of romance, the 5th house. Let me just look. Okay, what I'm going to tell you is may not affect all of you, but I'm going to tell you generally what I see. Okay, Aries, at some point, as we've gotten up to this particular point in our journey in the calendar year, you may have been experiencing some kind of injustice. Okay, it could have been in a group of friends, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Something went on in a group that you belong to, whether it's your friends, probably a group of friends, people who you thought were your friends, and there was some kind of injustice done to you. Or at least you felt like there was an injustice done. Somebody has done something to you that, you would like to have an apology from them. You would like to have them make amends. You would like to have them in some way make good on what they have either said to you or what they've done or something like that. There has been some kind of injustice. And my guess is it is either with a group that you were trying to become part of a group or part of a circle of friends, and somehow or another you felt like you were not accepted there. Whatever it was, it may be, let me take a card. Okay, we're getting two major arcanas here. You know what? I even forgot to show you your card. Sorry, Aries. First, we have Justice, the major arcana. Then we have the 8 of Wands. And then we have the 5 of Swords. And I just drew the Death card for the first position to clarify justice. So now we've got Justice righting a wrong. And it looks like there was either someone who left the group, or left you, a friend who cut you off in some way, or you may have had to cut someone else off, but nonetheless, the feeling is that you weren't treated properly, that there was some kind of injustice. And what the feeling I'm getting the strongest is that some kind of, I don't want to say breakup, because I don't feel this is romantic right now. I feel like what this is some friend of yours who you thought you could trust, who you thought was near and dear to you, has somehow left the scene. Either left you or cut off the friendship. Okay. But what let me just look here. Right. Okay. So as a result of that person doing what they did, the energy that is surrounding you now is one of restoration of justice, righting the wrong. You can see here the major arcana, Justice. This energy is one of regaining the balance after some sort of event that may have thrown you for a loop, Aries. It may have been sudden. It may have been unexpected. It is not, generally speaking, a physical demise. What this means is a transformation or sort of an eclipsing out of your life. In fact, I just heard some of you in January 31st, lunar eclipse, something or someone may have left your life at that point or around about that time. And what I'm getting for most of you is that it is a friend who cut you off. Now, the energy at work in the universe is to right that injustice, because whatever the reason was they cut you off, it was not justified. Okay. Justice is at work, and justice will be restored to you, Aries. Whatever you felt like someone had basically done you wrong, but it's a friend. I don't feel like it's romantic energy. It could be a friend or a group you tried to join, or a group of friends you tried to join. All right? Yeah, and somebody left the scene. But look at this. This is what we ask Spirit, what might pop up as a result of this eclipse happening on the 15th, which is tomorrow from the time I'm doing this reading. The energy will last 6 months, and it could even go up to 12 whole months for this energy to play out. This is a card of rapid incoming communication. It can mean travel, yes. But what I'm feeling for most of you is this card is represent communication. You're going to hear from this person, Aries. You're going to hear from whoever did this, whoever left the scene or cut you out of the group or just basically dropped you as a friend. You're going to hear from them as a result of this eclipse. Okay. Let me see what message they're trying to give you. Okay, they're offering an olive branch. You see this card? This is the Four of Cups. So basically you're going to hear from them. It's going to be a sudden communication. It may be out of the blue and quite unexpected. And when it comes in, it's going to be, they're going to be offering you an olive branch, as it were. And that's a saying that we have in English. If English is not your first language, it's a saying we have in English that means they're going to be making a peace offering. They're wanting to apologize to you. They are wanting to apologize to you, Aries. Okay? Now, like I said, I don't know if this is, I don't feel like it's love. It could be. Sometimes this card is or represents the arrows of love and passion and desire coming toward you. And if that is the case for some of you, where you feel like you have been cut out of a romantic interest's life by that romantic interest, somebody that you were trying to maybe go from, what I just heard, some of you were trying to take it from the friend level to the lover level, to the romance level. Like we said, pinging from that 11th house across the sky to that 5th house of romance. And some of you were trying to take it there and wanted to take it there, but it didn't go there because somebody said no. Basically, they left. They left you hanging. They're going to reach out and they're going to ask for forgiveness. Now, the energies could work both ways. You may have been the one who left the scene, who decided, no, I don't want to do this, and you may have left them hanging. And if that's the case, then you may be the one offering the apology. Okay, so this could go either way. All right. The advice that Spirit, you heard me ask Spirit for this one, the advice that Spirit is giving you when this offer of apology comes in, they're asking you to avoid taking a scorched earth policy and being vindictive towards that other person. Let me see something here. Yep. Okay. So we got the Ace of Swords to clarify. So let's look at the first card we've got here. There are 5 swords. And what this card generally means is someone who is vindictive, someone who tries to get one over on his friends. You see these 2 people in the background, and they seem terribly defeated. And this, not only did he beat them in this game of sword play, he's stolen their swords, and he's drawn a line in the sand and crossed it and just basically walked away with what he thinks is a victory, but it's not. It's not a victory because nobody won this. Nobody won it. So whatever happens here, when you get this offer of apology and an offer to start again. You're being advised very clearly by Spirit, Aries, to avoid this, what do I want to say, tactic. Avoid this behavior. Resist the temptation to do this to them in retribution for how you felt when they did it to you. And you're being advised by the Ace of Swords to give it a fresh start. This is victory. This is a new start in talking. The swords are mental energy and thoughts. It's victory. Look at this beautiful crown. New beginnings. Basically, it's telling you to give them a chance and start again with conversation, with discussion, with talk, and avoid any kind of urge you may feel to seek revenge or any kind of damage to make them, quote, pay. All right? That's not going to help you. It's not going to help them. You may want to consider accepting that apology and giving it a fresh go. Yeah, that one doesn't really go with this reading. Okay, so that's what we've got here. All right, so let's go ahead and see now more in line with the romance angle. Now, this could be romance, yes, or it could just be a dear friend or a group somehow that you were trying to belong to, okay? So it could be all these things for most of you, but what I'm getting for a whole chunk of you is that it was some kind of friend. You may even have tried to take it to the next level with them to create a romantic situation. They reacted badly or basically didn't go there, sort of rejected that offer, and now you're being encouraged when they do come in contact with you and offer an apology or maybe even say, hey, let's try again. You're being encouraged to resist the urge to seek revenge or to treat them the same way they treated you. Just remember to try and start again. Give it another go because it has a good chance of working out. Okay, I just heard they may have been confused. That's what I just heard. Romance angels, we are with Aries. Can you tell us a message for Aries regarding this solar eclipse energy that will be with them for maybe up to 12 months? Angels, romantic angels, give us a message for Aries, please, to help them navigate this eclipse. There it is. Okay. All right, Aries. Wow, yes, 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 and yes. This is exactly what we're talking about. Here we have the card that says getting to know each other. And the message for you, Aries, is as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. That's exactly what we're saying here. When the apology comes in, don't go here and take the shallow way out. Start again, and this time speak with clarity and be authentic to who you really are and say what you really want. Be clear. This is a sort of clarity, and that's what this card is asking you to do. Reveal yourself, your innermost self. The other person will match you in kind, and by this route, your bond will deepen. Even if you had tried to deepen the bond before, this is the path to deepening the bond by sharing yourself and who you really are. Okay? That will reflect back to you when they indeed go there too. And that's how that bond's going to deepen, because it seems like that's what you want out of this. Okay, angels, we need one message to crown the reading today for Aries regarding this eclipse. One card, and angels for Aries, crowning this eclipse reading, the energy that's going to be playing out. Okay. And the angels say to you, we have the angel, her name is Maya, and she says, schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. Okay, Now, what I just thought about when I was reading this card to you is, Aries, if you feel that it's difficult for you to speak your truth clearly to someone that clearly is a romantic interest of yours, or you want them to be a romantic interest of yours. If you have trouble speaking your truth, and if you have trouble, you know, how to navigate this apology and how to say what you really want and what you stand for in a romantic relationship with this person, then there are so many coaches, either life coaches or love coaches, dating coaches, whatever it is. Seek out someone or a program. Many of them are online, offered by very, very, very talented individuals in the field of dating and love and how to approach love. If you feel like you need to brush up your skills and how to do that, or just gain confidence in speaking your truth, or learning how to speak your truth in a way that others can hear, that's also a skill, and it all can be learned. It all can be learned. There's so many teachers out there online that you can, for very little money indeed, get some advice or perhaps take one of their online courses. There's so much you can do, Aries, to help you navigate this, because you do have a chance to really deepen this bond. It's going to come through a lot of communication and talking and really getting to know each other. So if you think you feel scared about that, or you're nervous, or you don't know how to do it, or how to say what you really feel, then this is a time to look up one of those people and try to take some courses. They're just, you know, at your own pace online, and get the skills, or at least explore what is being taught and what is being offered, and whatever you resonate with. Try to help yourself by getting some extra relationship skills, so that when you proceed with this person, it all goes smoothly. Now, there are no assurances, of course, that they're your one, but you at least will know that you spoke with clarity and truth in a gentle way that can be heard, because Aries, you are a passionate person with a lot of fire. Okay. That is it. I am so glad to see this reading. It was quite an interesting reading for me, Aries, honestly. I really wasn't expecting that, and when it came out, I was quite fascinated with it. I could talk for 2 hours on it, so we'd better not. So what I want to say is, enjoy this energy. It looks like to be a very transformative one for you. I will be back not too long from now with our March readings, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.